Out of Here podcast. And we are gathered on this Tuesday, the morning or the day of the bridge that was struck by a giant ship in the harbor in Baltimore. And we are going to examine that in some detail today. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the podcast. I'm Dan Carroll. Let's open a beer. And Jason Kiefer, you are of a conspiratorial mind today, I believe.
Little bit. I've got multiple things. I think Russia and Putin are fucking with my internet. We seem a little bit jumpy, which we're normally not, and it's pissing me off, and I can't figure out why. So I apologize for all the viewers if you get motion sickness. Walgreens is down the road. Get some Dramamine.
There you go.
But, yeah, dude, we have a ton of shit. I was sitting at work yesterday, and I was like, oh, man, this is just teeing it up for the podcast tomorrow. Teeing it up.
So were you? I know you had a lot of runs last night.
Yeah.
Were you up when this news broke? Because I got up this morning. I think I turned the TV on maybe 7:30ish, 7:45, and of course this was all over the news. Were you up when it happened? Were you following this in the very beginning?
Yeah, TV was on in the bay, and we got back from a run, and I looked up. I was, cleaning something up, and I looked up. I was like, holy shit, what the fuck just happened?
You imagine getting a call for a run like that?
My captain and I both looked at each other. We're like, you and I both need to be on vacation that day. I listened to some of the audio, the dispatch audio, or the fire audio. It got dispatched as a car in the river. That's how it came out.
Are you kidding me?
It's how it came out.
Well, you get those calls all the time.
If you go on Facebook, BCFD, Baltimore County Fire Department, I want to say it was Engine 5, their Facebook page, that they posted some audio. And the way it originally came out was a vehicle in the river.
A car in the river.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh my God. And obviously in hindsight, you're like, no, that wasn't what it was. And then
a little more than that.
As everybody was trying to get there, it just kept ramping up. And it was just interesting to hear. And I've talked, with Deadleg, and I've talked with John, about different regions and how they respond, and and going to different classes and talking with people from around the country on just, different response patterns and whatever. Dude, I would not want to have anything to do with this. It's so unfortunate. Luckily, I mean, at this point, the death toll is not, catastrophic as far as numbers wise. It's catastrophic in the fact that it happened. But, 1:30 in the morning, you're not going to have a whole lot of traffic. But, there were construction workers on that bridge. But it was, seeing it go down, it was like, I remember a project I did in high school with toothpicks of building a bridge, and which structure is going to support what. And this thing, the way it went down, I'm like, holy shit, it's like I've seen this before. But you look at it and you're like, holy fuck. Especially from a first responder aspect, but launching boats in the water, and then you got people that can't get across to help. But your takes on it before I go into my fucking takes on it.
Well, I don't know everything there is to know about big boats and shipping and stuff like that, but
neither one of us do.
The one thing that you remember when the boat got sideways in the Panama Canal?
Yeah,
3 years ago, something like that,
and blocked all of everybody's shipments. I had so much shit on Amazon that was stuck there.
I was talking to my buddy Dave Hatter about this, and we were kicking around the idea that this was a cyber attack, or could have been a cyber attack, because these ships rely on satellite communications, internet communications, all this kind of stuff. And I was saying, what's the possibility that this ship was commandeered by, a bad actor, The forces that enjoy that. Look, we know they've tried to take over drones before. American drones. You get these these terrorist groups and things like that. So why not take over the navigation of a ship and steer that ship and make it go sideways in the Panama Canal, run into a bridge? And the conspiracy theories are already out there like that. But that ship, yeah, I want to hear your conspiracy theories. But that ship that got sideways in the canal, it turned out that it had to loiter out there for a while before it could enter the canal. And there are tracking devices. We used to have one on the helicopter. And these tracking devices will show where you are and what you do. But apparently this ship, before it went into the canal, was loitering out there. And I guess you just, you just go around in a circle, or you make figure eights or whatever. But this ship was loitering and making, I don't know, but they were making their loitering patterns in the shape of a penis. And the Russians knew this and said something about, we noticed your peculiar, loitering patterns before your boat got sideways in the fucking canal. So is there a possibility that something like that happened here? I think it should not be overlooked. Is there although Joe Biden, and you must take great comfort in this, that Joe Biden said there's no indication it was a terrorist attack.
Well, thank God.
And Pete Buttigieg is out there on the scene, the great Secretary of Transportation.
Did you see the formal older footage that is now getting thrown out, talking about racist bridges?
Oh yeah, he really believes that. He believes.
But I like the fact that now, because this happened, people are pulling that bullshit out, and I mean, I can read. Okay, that was said before and has nothing to do with this, but it's just so funny because people are fucking ruthless and heartless, and I love it.
Yeah, no, he believes.
But thank God Gargamel said it wasn't terrorism. I'm glad Gargamel said that we're good. I have my own thoughts, but
all I know is that Laura Logan, who was a longtime reporter for CBS and now does independent journalism, has done really a lot of great work on January 6th, and we should dedicate an entire podcast to that sometime. This is what she tweeted out earlier today. Multiple intel sources. Baltimore Bridge collapse was an absolutely brilliant strategic attack on U.S. critical infrastructure, most likely cyber, and our intel agencies know it. In information warfare terms, they just divided the U.S. along the Mason-Dixon line, exactly like the Civil War. Second busiest strategic roadway in the nation for hazardous material, now down 4 to 5 years, which is how long they say it will take to recover. Bridge was built specifically to move hazardous material, fuel, diesel, propane, gas, nitrogen, highly flammable materials, chemicals, and oversized cargo that cannot fit in tunnels. The supply chain is now crippled. Make no mistake, this was an extraordinary attack in terms of planning, timing, and execution. Two critical components of that bridge are two load-bearing pylons at each end closest to the shore. They are bigger, thicker, and deeper than anything else.
Bigger, thicker, and deeper.
These are the anchor points.
There is nothing better than hearing you say that.
They knew that hitting either one of them would be a fatal wound to the integrity of the bridge.
You knew I was going to go there.
Half a mile of bridge went into the river. Likely, you will have to build a new one. Also, cause so much damage to the structural integrity of the bottom concrete part that you cannot see and won't know until they take the wreckage apart. Structural destruction, likely absolute. The attack was perfectly targeted. They have figured out how to bring us down. As long as you stay away from the teeth of the U.S. military, you can pick the U.S. apart. We are arrogant and ignorant, a lethal combination. Obama said they would fundamentally change America, and they did. We are in a free fall ride on a roller coaster right now. No brakes, just picking up speed. The footage shows the cargo ship never got in the approach lane in the channel. You have to be in the channel before you get into that turn. Location was precise, deliberate. Choose a bend in the river where you have to slow down and commit yourself. Once you are committed in that area, there is not enough room to maneuver. Should have a harbor pilot to pilot the boat. You're not supposed. And my understanding is that there was at least one and maybe two harbor pilots on board that boat, because once you get into the harbor, then you have harbor pilots who take over the big ships like that because of how precisely you have to navigate that harbor. And you got guys who have been doing this for years and years and years, know it like the back of their hand, and can maneuver the ships in and out of the harbor. So those guys come on and literally they are the captain of the ship, and they take over that ship until it gets into the harbor, until it gets out of the harbor. And those guys make an assload of money.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen that. I also know that Navy ships roll through that channel, so I know that it's deep as shit anyway. But yeah, there are, they call it maritime highways, just like in the air. They have, aviation freeways, as they call them. When you're going across the pond or whatever, everybody's flying, essentially the same track. So I have no doubt that that's the way things should have been, and maybe that's the way it was. And I don't know. I have not read that, Dan. So you would hope, especially when I don't know where they were going and where they were coming from. I don't have any of that information.
They were on their way to Sri Lanka.
All I know is a big fucking boat hit a bridge.
Yeah.
And I've watched a ton of video on it, listened to the fire dispatch, like I said earlier. Watching some of the turns, it's very weird to me. It makes it very, very strange.
So we just roll some of that video right now and talk about that, because
you gave me
the first couple of times I saw it on TV.
You gave me this. Which one should I go to?
Let me see. This was the one you were talking about that you hadn't seen before.
Do I just click that whole thing?
Yeah, just click on that, and then you can make it big. There you go. Or no, that's the other one. That's the wide shot, which is actually, that's a pretty good shot too.
Yeah, it's fucking super fast though.
What am I hearing?
I don't know if that's on yours or mine. I have no idea.
Is that audio coming from that video?
That appears.
Okay.
But I didn't share the video because I was trying to figure out the exact video that you wanted me to show.
Yeah.
We have a ton. Yeah.
I think this was the one that you were looking at that you said you hadn't seen before.
There were so many different angles, and some of them were sped up, and that's what was throwing me off too. Is I wanted to see real time, because with the speed up, you see cars going across the bridge at lightning
this
fast.
that one's real time, right there. So you can make that big.
All right, so I need to pause that.
But the audio that I want to hear is the audio that was going between the ship and the harbor master, because I believe they are in constant communication, and I'm told that they were able to get a warning out to actually stop bridge traffic.
All right, hold on.
And that the boat had lost control.
Hold on.
That's what I'm told.
I want to start that over. Look, I'm sorry. I'm messing some things up, but the way that I just there's so many videos that are out there right now, and the different angles that's what's killing me, because you see some that when the ship's coming in, you see it make a couple turns. I know it lost power 3 times, I believe. Regained power twice.
Yeah.
I've never captained a ship like that, so I'm not pretending to be an expert. But I do know that there are manual rudders that you can at least attempt to turn, and a ship like that takes forever to make an adjustment. I get it. You would think that it would have listed to the side. That motherfucker hit it dead on.
Yeah.
Dead on nuts.
And if they lost power, though, when you the video we were just looking at, you see a ton of smoke pouring out of what I'm guessing is the smokestack from the engine.
You see the smoke when the power comes back on, and I think that's where they're trying to throw it into reverse.
Yeah, so I mean,
potentially,
if they've probably got giant diesel engines on that thing, I would imagine.
Oh yeah.
So when you throw the throttle to a giant diesel engine like that, you're going to produce a ton of soot, a ton of smoke, which is normal, I think, for especially big diesel engines like that. So, the power came back on. Were they just cranking the power, trying to make a maneuver to avoid the bridge? I don't know. And that, and that's where I don't know enough about shipping and the rest of it. And but did he actually actually approach the bridge, got under the bridge, past the bridge, and then essentially did a U-turn and came back and hit the bridge?
No,
is that
no? You're seeing it from the far end.
Okay.
You're seeing it coming at you. See, that's the problem, is some of the perspective of these videos. It's the video like that's on your screen right now it's coming at you.
Yeah.
It is further away from the bridge, but it's coming at it. But you see it turn a couple different times. So here's where I just like to throw, and I'm not trying to like create a whole bunch of fucking disdain or, fucking fear or whatever. My conspiracy is, though, look at what happened in fucking Russia in a fucking concert venue. Some bullshit. This is a big deal for us. This is a small deal for a fucking terrorist organization. You start small, but that completely crippled the infrastructure of that area. And that area is a very important area of our country. There is a ton of shipping that goes through there. That is now all shut down. There's also a lot of hazmat that goes through that area. That's the only bridge a hazmat was going over above grade. So this is just, Kiefer's conspiracy theory. But the world that we're living in, you have to think about it. Was it an accident? I hope it was. But seeing some of the maneuvers that boat, that ship made, doesn't make sense to me.
Me either.
So it hit that main pier fucking dead nuts, and look what happened.
Yeah.
Boom, done.
But like this video I'm watching now that was shot from some distance away, they said that, and then I heard that reported earlier today, that they were able to get a warning out before they hit the bridge, and the guys who were working on the bridge were able to stop traffic coming across. But I'm looking at this video right here, and I'm seeing the lights are out again. The lights have already been on and off a couple of times, and I'm seeing a big rig coming across the bridge. I'm still seeing other traffic coming across the far end of the bridge. So I don't know where this notion comes from. I mean, all these cars, the cars that are on the bridge in this shot, they all clear that area before it gets hit. But that's why I want to hear that audio between the pilots and the harbor master and what was being said then.
And it had just left. It just left the port.
Yeah.
So it left at 12:45 and at 1:30. And it doesn't show me a distance on this little map. The distance wasn't super far. And that ship's not moving super, super fast, but it's super heavy because it's got all those fucking cargo containers. But it looked like Lincoln logs. and the bridge looked like toothpicks.
I mean, it came down in a split second, man.
But it hit it dead on, and I have a hard time. Unless that was the first time that fucking captain has ever captained a ship through that area that knew like where the channel he was supposed to be at. You lose power, I get it, but you're still in a channel, which is well away from those pillars, pylons, whatever you want to call them. Anyway, so my conspiracy theory is potentially could be something more than what we're thinking.
So you think it was an attack?
I didn't say attack. Hold on.
Or maybe a probing action. I mean, I think a lot of the stuff that's going on at the border is a probing action.
Well, I think that shit's an attack. I don't know. I mean, it's just. I mean, it's very strange, and it's all very new. And we're gonna see and hear all kinds of reports and updates and whatever. But it's just very strange to me that a boat or a ship hits dead nuts, nose to pillar. It's just weird to me. But that's just me. It's my turn to be the weird one on the fucking podcast. How's that?
Well, I don't think you're being weird. I mean, we haven't.
We're in a weird world right now.
This happened just before 1:30 this morning, and here we are. It is now 5, almost 6 o'clock at night.
5:54, and
we don't have any answers on this. And I'm not saying that we should have all the answers.
I'll be curious to see.
But if that audio has been released, and I don't know if any of our viewers know if that audio has been released of that traffic between the pilots and the harbor master.
Dead Lake said it hit on the side. The bridge fell onto the nose of the boat. It didn't appear that way to me, but throw me some more video because I know you have it because you're a savant with the videos. So send it to me because I'm curious. I'm just going off of what I can get off of stupid fucking news networks. And you know how that goes.
Yeah. So that's a terrible thing. It's a terrible thing.
Yeah. And, to the people that, have lost loved ones or people that lost their lives. I mean, and people that may never be recovered. Who knows? I mean, construction workers out there doing their job.
But the video I was just looking at, it did look like there were no cars that were moving on the bridge at the time that it hit. Now, there were cars from the construction crew, and it turns out they were repairing potholes on the bridge.
Yeah.
Those vehicles were all up there, and I think those are the ones who, most of the ones who went into the water.
That sucks.
But if that water is 48 degrees.
Yeah, fuck off. I'm done.
How long can you survive in that?
I'm curling up in the ball as soon as I hit it. I'm done. I'm out. Bye. Yeah. Love you all. I don't do cold water, man.
It's not good.
Can't do it.
Not good.
Jill will tell you, my showers are like Satan's taint hot. I don't do cold water. I can't do it. These cold water plunges, yep, you can have those all day long.
Yeah. What a mess.
Brody's on the Paw Patrol right now, if you can hear him. Hopefully you can't. So let's move into Dan's favorite musician, P. Diddy. P. Diddy, fucking all kinds of trouble.
I was surprised, I think, to
did you sell all your CDs?
Well, I'd have to purchase some first before I could sell them. But I was surprised because I thought P. Diddy was all about Jesus and God, and he was on trying to start his own brand of clothing and all this kind of stuff, and then what? Now they're saying he was involved in some sort of sex trafficking thing, and his private jet is down in the Cayman Islands and Antiqua, which I'm sure is very nice this time of year.
I'd have gone on the jet.
Do they have an extradition treaty with the United States? Is he gonna be able to stay there?
Hasn't been proven that he's actually on the jet. It's just his jet is there. But I mean, how about that? That's what I put in the title and in the description was yesterday was like just a threshold of shit for us. P. Diddy, I mean, we knew was in some trouble. I did not expect Department of Homeland Security and other federal agents attacking 2 of his homes, LA and Miami, all the way across country, 2 coordinated efforts. And that motherfucker's up in the air, potentially, allegedly flying to Antigua. while all his posse, I don't know if you saw any of the video, all his posse are up, hands behind their head. These guys are all in SWAT, SWAT garb.
Yeah. No, they had weapons drawn and they're rolling around the house. And
dude, it was, I saw it and I was like, I kind of saw it coming, but I didn't. When Cat Williams called him out and has called everybody else out on the was it Shannon Sharp's fucking podcast, he said 20.
Shannon Sharp went after him.
Well, no, Cat Williams did on Shannon Sharp's podcast.
Oh, can you reach down in the new? Oh
yeah,
Jason's got a new device down here, a little tiny miniature. I mean, a small miniature fridge that keeps our beer.
It's much better in a cool
at a
little
perfect. What is it? 34, 36 degrees.
30, probably 35.
35.
We'll call it 35. Yeah. We'll split the difference.
That's nice and cold. No more keeping the beer cold with a bag of frozen peas.
Yes. See, we're moving on up, people. We're moving on up. So you guys subscribing and watching, we're moving on up. And I found it in my storage unit. I forgot it was there. I said it's perfect to go underneath the desk. Why not?
So now, apparently, according to the Daily News out of New York, Cuba Gooding Jr. is under fire after officially being added to the lawsuit against rapper Sean Diddy Combs, according to court documents obtained by the Daily News. Just hours after the federal raids at Diddy's Los Angeles and Miami homes, lawyers for producer Rodney Jones amended his claim of sexual harassment and assault, adding Cuba Gooding Jr. to the list of defendants in court documents. So it's not just Diddy. Apparently, there's a lot of other people involved in this.
The list, from what I heard, is going to be very, very, very long. It's almost like an Epstein list.
The allegations against Gooding say an assault took place during a January 2023 trip on Combs' yacht. Jones says Diddy was grooming him to pass him off to friends, according to the suit.
I'm done with your butthole.
It goes on
going to somebody else.
It goes on to say that while alone with the actor in a studio on the yacht, Gooding began touching, groping, and fondling Mr. Jones's leg, his upper inner thigh near his groin area, just like you're doing to me.
Is that weird? Is that weird?
The small of his back near his buttocks and his shoulders. The filing also states that Jones was extremely uncomfortable and proceeded to lean away from Mr. Gooding Jr. After rejecting the actor's advances, Jones alleges Gooding did not stop until Mr. Jones forcibly pushed him away. The complaint includes photos of Gooding touching Jones and says they were taken during the trip in question. So this is very strange behavior.
It's completely fucked up.
I mean, these rich people and these people that are involved in the entertainment business, why are they seemingly the ones who get mixed up in this kind of stuff all the time?
Will Cray just said, ironically, why does it not surprise me that most of Hollywood is comprised of terrible people? You know what? I'm glad I'm fucking poor. I'm glad I'm poor. I'm not rich. I'm good.
I mean, do you think that's what it is? Do you think these people just think they have so much money that the rules of decent society just don't apply to them? That they can get away? They've been so pampered and so spoiled once they reach a certain level that they just feel like they can get away with anything, that their managers and their accountants and their lawyers and all the professionals that surround them are just going to make anything they do bad go away. Is that, do you get to that mindset when you reach a certain level?
Well, I look at it like all these people grew up as normal people. They're born as normal people, and then they get thrust into this. You see what I did there? Thrust into this echelon of hierarchy that they hang out with whoever they want, do whatever they want. But at what point does, for example, Diddy, Sean, whatever he's going by, at what point did he decide, hey, I want to either be bi or gay or whatever? I want to touch another man's penis. I want to fuck somebody else. Like, you have that money and that just changes that? Or were you born that way? Like, did he grow up with playing Legos with his buddies in the projects, because he had such a rough life? Was he trying to touch another boy's pee-pee back then? Or did it happen when he got money?
I know, but if you want
that's my question, though.
If you want to do that stuff, there's plenty of adults out there who will engage your every
absolutely
the most freakish things you could possibly want to engage in. And if you're consenting adults doing that kind of stuff, then knock yourself out.
Right, but I'm wondering when that change happens, or if that's the way he felt his whole life, never said it, and then it came out. But there are multiple people that this shit's coming out about that are getting pissed off, that are involved in this. And it's like, well, were you involved or you're just being named? And now all of a sudden, both your fucking houses are getting raided because you're fucking involved in a federal sex trafficking.
Yeah, that's not good,
issue.
Man.
Plus all the sexual assaults on his supposed ex-girlfriend and whatever. There was, an alleged rape. There was, he told her that she needed to fuck male escorts while he watched. Now, meanwhile, she stayed with him.
You talking about Will Smith's wife?
No, I'm talking about Diddy.
Oh, Diddy's wife.
Girlfriend.
But wasn't Will Smith and Jada apparently involved in that?
They were in an open relationship. And keep my wife's name out your mouth. Don't make me smack you. No, it's just so fucking weird. But I haven't followed all the. I mean, Diddy's had lawsuits on him all last year. Was it Cassie or Casey or however you pronounce her name? I don't follow her. I don't care too. But he's saying that she is pushing all this out. But my question is, why do you run? Why do you run, and why are you nowhere to be found? Your plane is in Antiqua. It is confirmed that that's where it was. I don't know if he's on it, but that's where his private plane is.
Well, maybe he had business in Antigua.
Okay.
Maybe he's on vacation. Maybe he's doing.
Well, hopefully
he's going to sign a new artist to his record label.
Well, hopefully he checked in with the authorities as his houses are getting fucking raided and his buddies are getting pulled out at fucking gunpoint and put in handcuffs and taken away.
Do you have an article that says exactly what the charges are, though?
Let me see. Let's see if Fox will let me.
Yeah, because I've just got the
stupid fucking
sort of the broad, nebulous idea of what the charges are, but I don't.
It's all broad, but I can. Let me make sure I can do this. Hold on. Yeah, I have to go through a fucking stupid ad.
I mean, who was the? Wasn't there a rap artist that has for a long time? Who's the one that has for a long time had these allegations about underage girls and kids and stuff being around? I mean, not Michael Jackson, but some of the other one who was really serious. Maybe it was.
You're fucking all over the place, dude. I have no idea where you're going.
I know. I don't follow. I don't follow this stuff all that closely.
I don't follow rap either.
Yeah,
I've obviously known him because I grew up with him. As far as listening to
some of the music, give me a little bit of a Diddy Combs song.
Ain't nobody gonna hold me down. Oh no. Got to keep it moving.
That's a P. Diddy song?
Yeah.
Is it really?
I put it on our fucking It's a fucking remix, but I fucking put it on our fucking Instagram page.
I'm not on Instagram.
I know you're not. You don't pay attention to anything I do fucking social media.
It's not true.
You don't pay attention. Your wife does, but you do not. But I put that song on when I said we were going live, and I said P. Diddy won't be here. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I mean, all of these, again, upper echelon motherfuckers get all weird, do weird shit. Would I like to go to one of their parties one time? Sure. Why not? Let's check it out. Try anything once. But when you have Cat Williams calling out everybody, P. Diddy was one of them, and he went down the fucking list. And it was only a matter of time. And P. Diddy, like I said, was in a matter of multiple lawsuits last year. Well, it all fucking caught up to him. My thing is, and we haven't heard yet, and we don't know for sure, are you in contact with the authorities, or are you running? That's my question. Are you going to continue to run? I'm gonna delete.
Yeah, it's a terrible thing.
You don't care,
but it's like it's
you need.
Is this to the level of the Jeffrey Epstein sort of thing?
Well, he didn't have he didn't have his own island.
The movie we saw, Sound of Freedom, right, where they take these kids to an island and they do all these terrible things to them, and the sex trafficking and really it's a form of slavery. And so slavery exists in the United States today, and a lot of it's going on at the border, and a lot of it is aided and abetted by Joe Biden and our federal government. But is it to that sort of level, the sort of thing that he's accused of?
I don't know that it's that level, but I mean, how do you put a level on fucking trafficking, bro?
I don't know.
Are you allowed to traffic 3 girls and it's fine?
No.
Or 3 boys and it's fine. But if you traffic 5, it's bad.
No, I'm just curious.
I'm asking
That's
what your
why I asked
level
you what
is.
the charges were, because I don't know what the charges are.
It was sex trafficking.
Okay, well, sex trafficking. That I think that's a
It could be very vague.
Pretty broad umbrella. Yeah.
I get it.
All right.
But I'm asking you the question.
No,
how much trafficking is bad, Dan? How much trafficking?
It's all
is bad?
it's all bad.
Okay.
It's all bad.
I just needed you to say that. Just needed you to say that.
If someone like
because there's a squad car out front right now.
If Cuba Gooding Jr. is forcing someone to touch his groinal area against their will, that should be frowned upon.
Well, Cuba Gooding Jr. was asked by Diddy, and then Cuba Gooding Jr. did somebody else, and then it was a whole domino effect.
It's not good.
No, it's fucking terrible.
It's not good.
And it makes it looks even worse. I'm by no means going to compare it, but I'm going to kind of compare it. Remember when OJ was driving down the highway? He wasn't. AJ Cowens was driving down the highway and he's laying in the back. P. Diddy was on a fucking plane leaving as his house is getting raided. Answer to your fucking crime or your alleged crime. Answer to it.
Don't do the crime if you can't do the time.
This is the horrible.
Don't do it.
It's the most horrible karaoke session ever.
You remember that
for both of us?
What was the name of that show?
Oh fuck, I don't know.
That was it was a cop show.
I know. Don't know.
What was the name of that? I can't remember the name of that.
Look at me.
show.
I'm not even going to say it. Not even going to say
I know. Anyway. All right. What else is going on? Well, so the other day we were having a conversation about the guy in Ohio that won the 3rd District state rep and gave his speech all in Somali. Okay. And the name I was trying to think of was Keith Elliston, who actually was elected to Congress. And they made a big deal about it because he's going to swear in on the Quran. What a great thing. This guy, he's not going to swear in on the Bible. He's going to swear in on the Quran because he's a big pro-Muslim, yada, 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 all that shit. So now it turns out he is the Attorney General of the state of Minnesota. Big shock there. And I've heard...
No offense, Wilkray.
I've heard some other municipalities...
Wilkray said, I despise Keith Ellison.
I heard some other municipalities talk about this notion that, and I think they actually talked about it in Cincinnati at one time, because there are certain cars that tend to get stolen more than other cars. For instance, years ago, is like the Toyota Camry was like the number one car that was favored by car thieves, and then for a while it was like the Honda Accord, and now I think it's a Kia.
Now it's the Kia.
One of the Kia models, and so
because he's one of the reasons why this state is going into the shitter.
Yeah, no shit, Keith Elliston. Yeah. But
I love you, Will Cray.
I don't know if Will Cray has heard about the latest notion that Keith Elliston is now on this bandwagon to do everything but blame those who steal cars. And of course, if a car gets stolen, it's not the fault of the punk or the degenerate or the drug addict that steals your car. It's the fault of the car manufacturer. Would you please play the soundbite of the Mr. Elliston there?
I would love to.
There we go.
We've also got to go upstream. We've got to make sure that the automobiles are not so easy to steal so that they're a tempting, attractive nuisance for young people. And, right now we are investigating 2 major automakers because their cars are dramatically too easy to steal for young people. We've also got to go upstream. We've got to make sure that the automobiles are not so easy to steal so that they're a tempting, attractive nuisance for young people. And, right now we are investigating 2 major automakers because their cars are dramatically too easy to steal.
All right. So there you go. So when you listen to that, to my way of thinking, that is akin to this whole notion of saying that a woman gets raped because of the way she was dressed, because she is so appealing to someone who might have this notion of wanting to exercise their control and their power over her, that she was asking for it. And now you're saying that car manufacturers are just asking for their cars to be stolen because thieves have figured out that it's easy to steal their cars. I don't know. I don't know much about driving big boats through the harbor, and I don't know much about stealing cars. 2 things that I have never done in my life. You ever stolen a car? Oh my God! You ever stolen a car?
I would rather.
Wow!
I would rather plead the fifth on it.
So I don't know how easy it is to steal.
I didn't say yeah, motherfucker.
But this whole notion that you're going to go after the car maker and say, we're going to sue you for big money because your cars are too easy to steal. What kind of crap is that?
Right.
These are people, look, Will Cray, your people in Minnesota, they got to think about who the fuck they're electing. If you elect someone who's a numbnut to this degree to say that we're going to look at the car manufacturers and they make it too easy to steal cars, and that's why we've got all these cars getting stolen. That, you are just there's something wrong with you if that's the way your mind works.
Well, and Jimbo had just posted. I've heard Kias and Hondas, and Hyundai was the other one that I couldn't remember, but Kias were a big one, and it's been big around our area. Have a design flaw that makes them way easier to steal. No, don't fucking steal cars. Just fucking leave your hands off of something that's not fucking yours. How's that sound?
Oh, my God.
That seems like a fucking novel idea.
What a concept.
Fucking morons. God damn it.
How about you don't take something that's not yours?
Yeah.
Like my jacket.
How about you go get a goddamn...
Like my jacket. I left at the tap house the other day.
Your jacket that got stolen. Oh.
I went back to look and thought, they have a lost and found.
Damn.
I lost my jacket there.
It's like a fucking preschool. It is a bar, so it's like a preschool. The lost and found.
But someone saw this jacket and said, wow, this looks like a nice jacket. I think I'll take it for my own.
Well, it had the one more than out of here.
It's got the one more than out of here. It's got my initials on the inside of it, DC. So you and I wouldn't, because we have the exact same jacket, that we wouldn't get it confused.
You know what? We need to...
should I file a complaint or sue Flight Outfitters for saying
absolutely not.
You made the jacket so
nice
and so attractive that well, people couldn't help but steal it.
You shut your mouth. They do too much for us. You shut your mouth.
But
I understand your point, though. But you shut your mouth.
I'm not saying I would do
but
that.
we can't help it also that somebody left the keys in the car, i.e., left his jacket unattended, and it got taken.
There have been times when I've left the keys in the car.
This is why we can't have anything nice, Dan.
But thank God we live in an area where car theft is not such a regular occurrence.
Yes. Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good here.
But to my way of thinking,
Get paid.
The reason that certain models of cars get stolen is because they can be moved easily.
Well, they blend
There's
in.
a demand out there.
They
There's
blend
a
in.
demand
There's
out
so
there
many
for
of
certain
them.
Kia models. There's a demand out there for certain Honda models. There's a demand out there for certain
Well, the thing is, Dan,
Fords or Chevys.
there's so many of them, they blend in, so it's pretty easy to fucking get away far enough away to where they can do whatever it is they want to take out of it. But there's so many on the fucking road, you just blend in. But I mean, the design flaw, I mean, I've seen that to where where Kia and I think Honda did, but Kia put out this thing where the police departments you had like a Kia kit, as they were calling it. Come to the police station, we'll give you a Kia kit to protect your Kia. But the manufacturer had to make whatever, I don't even know what the fuck it is and how they do it, but it's fucking ridiculous. Here's the thing: keep your hands off shit that's not yours.
That's pretty good way to look at it.
I mean,
why can't the Attorney General come out and say that instead of, oh, we're going to start suing for big money these car manufacturers?
All right, well, vote Kiefer for Attorney General. We'll see what happens.
You'd probably do a damn better job than that guy would.
No, I probably wouldn't, but they wouldn't.
Why not?
They wouldn't like it.
Why wouldn't you?
I don't know. Because all the Karens would unite. All the Karens would unite because they would not like the way I speak.
The Karens love you.
I already get told that
gas.
people don't like the way I speak on this podcast.
That one at the gas station.
But I don't fucking care. Don't care.
Well, that's why our podcast is so wildly popular.
Oh,
because we don't care.
The Fox said, "Sorry about your jacket, Dano."
Yeah, well, thank you.
We're working on a replacement. I'm gonna make him sweat it out for a little while though. He ain't get one.
Well, get it to me in mid-July when it's
exactly when you're
105 degrees and 90% humidity.
It's exactly when you're getting it. I wanted to pull this video up real quick. Well, right. here, do an ad read real quick, and then I'm gonna breeze on this just super, super quick.
All right,
I almost sent it.
Click on my button right here, and how about we talk about our buddy Dan Varner and Ohio Valley Productions? We had a big event. Saturday has it been 2 Saturdays ago now?
Yeah,
that we had our big event raising money for Rob Herking's family. And by
16th.
the way, another shout out to everyone who was there, and just a great event. And one of the reasons it was such a great event is because of the involvement of Ohio Valley Productions. If you have a party going on and you want, let's say you want to do karaoke, let's say you want to do trivia, let's say you want to do something that is really going to make your party stand out, Ohio Valley Productions is the place to go. They've been doing this for years. They've got some of the best people in the business, and it can be anything from a corporate event to a backyard barbecue, anything and everything in between. And Dan Varner and the people that he works with will make your event the one to remember. Oh, that beer is nice and cold. So if you have a vision for a great time and a great party, contact our friends at Ohio Valley Productions or send them an email. And the place you send the email is Dan at OhioValleyProductions.com. That's Dan at OhioValleyProductions.com. And you will rock on with a great event and a great party. And of course, with springtime coming up, party season is right around the corner.
Oh yeah. They're going to be moving and shaking.
Yes, they are. I wonder if they have bouncy houses. Check with that.
That's the last thing you need in
an adult bouncy house. What could possibly go wrong?
Could be Kiefer on a boat last June. Fucking break 5 ribs. I don't recommend it.
I bet you can. But I bet Ohio Valley Productions could come up with a bouncy house.
I
That would be great.
grew a great beard though. That was awesome. No, I was gonna real quick. Senator Kennedy.
Oh, he's fantastic.
I can't remember where he's from.
Kennedy from Louisiana.
Louisiana, yeah.
John Kennedy. Yeah.
He's sitting there talking. I saw this little clip talking to this what appeared to be a boy dressed in a suit, spoke like a female, and wanted to be named Mix during this hearing. And they were talking about books in the library. And Kennedy.
Do you have the video? Please
No,
have the video.
God
for this.
damn it. No.
Oh, my
No,
God.
It went away and I couldn't fucking find it again. But hearing Kennedy read 2 excerpts from 2 of these books, and it was, I want to slide my cock from behind, like going through all this, homosexual shit. And they were talking about bringing these books into the school libraries, and he's asking the question. But hearing this old Louisiana fucker read it was the most hysterical thing I've ever heard. And this kid, I mean, he was young, wouldn't answer the question. I mean, I say young, like probably 20, 21 years old. And he kept calling him like by his surname, and he was like, "No, I go by Mix." He goes, "Am I X? Okay, you want me to call you Mix? Okay, got it. All right, so you want these books to be read talking about cocks slid into asses." Dude, in a Senate hearing, it was the funniest fucking thing I've ever fucking heard. And I thought of you, and I wanted to fucking screen record it, and I was like, "Fuck!" And I missed the opportunity.
John Kennedy is so good. You know, he has, and look, just about every nominee that Biden sends up has to go in front of his committee for confirmation. And he had the nominee for the head of the FAA up there and just asked a few simple questions that if you're involved in the aviation business that you probably should know. And this guy was stumbling and bumbling and fumbling all over himself, couldn't answer. Kennedy's an attorney too. He's a lawyer. So when you have these judicial nominees that come up for different courts, he asks them very specific questions about things that they should know, and they don't know.
Right.
And he just
he chewed. I saw
crushes
I saw another one
time and time again.
Oh, it was the head of the I'm gonna get the term wrong, but correction system, like the the federal corrections whatever
prison system, federal prison system,
And he was like, how many of your inmates have returned? She's like, well, I gotta get that information. He goes, you don't know. You don't know. And the way he I mean, it's like sitting in the principal's office.
Awesome.
It is literally sitting in the principal's office. I love that dude.
Yeah. That's because she was up there advocating that they spend all this money on this program that lets federal prisoners out early. And so it's already been going for a while. And he's asking, well, is it effective? You know, how many of them come back?
But hearing him say,
and then he says, how many employees do you have in the federal prison? Well, we got like 40,000 employees. You're like, what do they do all day? Because she doesn't know. I mean, if you're going to go in front of this guy's committee, you better have your shit together.
Yeah,
because he's gonna probe and he's gonna find out what you know and what you don't.
But then hearing him talk about ass and cock made it even that much fucking better. I've never laughed so hard in my life. I'm like, dude, it's like looking at my fucking grandfather going, "Hey, you like that doing that shit?" Oh, dude, it was so fucking hilarious. I wished I'd have had it.
John Kennedy.
I apologize to everybody because I don't have it, and I apologize to you especially because I know you'd have laughed.
We'd be laughing our ass off right now. Listen to
damn
him.
it, I failed.
But here's the thing.
I failed you.
Here's the thing, and this is just a little insight for when you listen to the president or the vice president go out on their campaign stump and make their campaign speech. They're going to talk about how dangerous Donald Trump is, how dangerous mega Republicans are, because like the Nazis, they want to ban books. And so when they talk about banning books, these are the kind of books that groups like Moms for Liberty are talking about banning, because these books are available in school libraries, public school libraries across the country for second, third, and fourth graders. I don't know about you, but I am of the opinion that second, third, and fourth graders don't need to be reading stories about guys sucking cock, about different sexual positions. They don't need to be reading stories about ways to masturbate and the best ways to jerk off and, give your buddy a hand job and all that kind of stuff.
In that hearing, it was compared, and this kind of, I mean, it irritated me, but it was compared to like those books, which were like, they were children's books.
Mm-hmm.
These were children's books, like 7 and under children's books. And this other guy that, you had Mix, who was sitting over here, who wants to be called by Mix, and this other guy who was like the head of the librarians of the United, I don't know, like whatever, Librarian Federation.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I actually think I've seen this video.
He was talking about To Kill a Mockingbird, and he was like, well, there's a rape scene. Well, To Kill a Mockingbird, A, is my favorite book, so I'm biased, but it's a great piece of fucking literature. These other fucking books where you're fucking talking about fucking dudes in the ass and you want to give it to 7 and 8 year olds to fucking look at, fuck you. You can't compare. It's apples and oranges. Completely apples and oranges.
Yeah, well,
and don't fuck with my favorite book, you asshole.
It wasn't that long ago. You had ultra liberals who wanted to ban books by God damn, I can't think of it. Who wrote Tom Sawyer? Tom Sawyer and Huck Finn. Mark Twain.
Mark Twain
wanted to ban books by Mark Twain because those books had the N-word in it. And so they were trying to draw some equivalence there, as if we can't have kids seeing that word or hearing that word. But we're talking to my way of thinking, this is completely different. When you're not just talking about it in generalized terms, you are being specific when you're describing the act of what these people are doing. These characters in the book,
they're going nuts, and
it's literally porn for these young age groups. Completely inappropriate. No one is talking about banning these books. Here's the thing: if I read some of this material on the air on my radio show, guess what? I wouldn't be doing a radio show anymore.
Yeah.
You can't read that crap on the air. And then you get these parents who, God bless them, will take these books and go in front of the school board and read this out loud at the school board meeting. And the school board, the people on the school board have a fit and say, oh, no, you can't say that. And they want to shut the meeting down, kick them out and all the rest of it.
It's like the scene out of A Field of Dreams when Kevin Costner and his wife go to the fucking school board meeting because they're trying to ban, was it Ernest Mann or I'm trying to remember the James Earl Jones character's name. They're trying to ban his books. It's a scene out of that. We see it every day all around the country, and it's fucking stupid.
Which reminds me,
there is a level. There's a level. You can't throw those certain things. Anyway, I brought that in just because I thought you would find it funny because I knew you knew who that
John Kennedy
politician was.
He's the absolute.
And best. I watched it and I laughed my fucking ass off just to hear him read it. It's like it was almost like getting where you pay for cameos.
Yeah.
Like if I wanted somebody to say happy birthday to you in like a weird way, it was almost as good as that.
How about we make an effort to have that video for the next podcast?
I'll try to do it.
All right, I'll see if I can find it.
I will try to do it.
But speaking of movies, by the way, the last time we were here, you encouraged me to have a screening of the remake of Roadhouse.
Yeah,
which I did.
Can't wait to hear this.
Can't wait. What?
Can't wait to hear your fucking response.
My response, I'm giving it a big old thumbs down.
I'll see why. Let me ask you why.
I just thought.
Let me ask you this first. Right. Are you are you putting it in the same echelon as the original?
I've never seen the original.
Okay, that's right. You said you.
So I have no preconceived notions of
Okay.
what it should or shouldn't be.
Okay. Well,
going in. I just thought from a pure movie making and storytelling perspective, it missed the mark on many levels.
okay.
Um,
I think you're wrong, and you're a loser, and I'm ending the podcast right now.
You-
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
I'm giving you my honest review.
Go ahead. Give me your review.
I just thought from the storytelling level, and look, Oppenheimer won all these Academy Awards
You
last
didn't like
time.
that
it
one
was
either.
out.
I love that one.
I didn't say I didn't like it. I just think the storytelling in that movie was unnecessarily complicated. Right, with the flashback scenes and all the rest of it.
All right, we're talking about Roadhouse.
So
we already talked
Roadhouse, I just thought that there was when you come. I like movies that have character development, that characters have an arc from the beginning to the end.
Most people,
I didn't see a lot of character development.
most
in that
people
particular
already
movie.
knew who most of the characters were in a very broad basis because it's a remake of a classic that you have never seen.
Well, I had fault with the remake of Top Gun or the Top Gun sequel that came out as well. Paula and I watched the original sequel before we went and saw the remake, or not the remake, but the original Top Gun.
Nobody knew this was going to be like Siskel and Ebert.
I'm just saying.
No, I love it. No, I love it.
But
Keep going.
I and then we went to watch the other Top Gun, the latest one, and we could not, for the life of us, figure out who the girl was that was running the bar.
It was supposed to be hidden. That was like a little.
Why was that supposed to be hidden?
It's like a hidden gem. It's like it's what
right.
It's what they call an Easter egg.
Into the bar, and he immediately knew who the girl was that was running the bar.
But you didn't.
But I had just watched the original one.
But you didn't pay enough attention.
The day before.
You didn't pay enough attention.
I guess not.
Yes. So don't be mad about it.
But I'm saying that
I knew exactly.
How many times have you seen the original?
Oh, I mean, fuck, dude. That movie's been around forever. I've watched it a ton of times.
But I'm just saying that.
I knew it was
when
Penny.
It comes to Roadhouse.
I knew who Penny was.
I didn't think the storytelling was that great. I think it had the potential to be a lot better than it was. For instance, here's a guy, he's fighting demons from his past. But to my way of thinking, it took too long to introduce that element into the movie, and then that wasn't developed enough to really have it make sense and really make it to have the main character expose his character flaw and then have some sort of dynamic change during the course of the movie. It just didn't work for me on that level.
And I didn't say that it was an Oscar award winner. I said I typically don't like remakes, but I like how they did this one. But you're never going to beat the first one. But they modernized it. They changed it. They changed a bunch of different things up in it. Jill doesn't remember watching the first one. So I said, hey, let's watch it. And I want to get your opinion. She was like, I enjoyed it. Like, I liked it. The action, the fighting, all the shit. She liked it.
Yeah.
Now, we'll go back and we'll watch the original. That way she can put it. But it's different.
Did you like the Conor McGregor character?
Dude, I love Conor McGregor anyway. Yeah. He's a fucking madman in real life, and he was a madman in this fucking movie. I think it was a little over the top, but I still like it.
Did they CGI him during that movie? I don't remember him being as that. I mean, I know he's ripped and buffed up and everything.
I don't think they CGI'd him.
I just don't remember him being that thick. I mean, like his upper body and his chest, it just seems to me like it was a lot thicker in that movie than it is in real life.
I don't think, me personally, I don't think they CGI'd him. But
yeah,
that's just my opinion. We got an engraved that we got to read, sir.
Please do. Do you have the copy?
No, you usually fucking roll with it.
I do. I just make it up as I go along. But no, engraved in USA. And again, they were a big part of our event where we raised money to help out Rob Herking's family, and we always appreciate everything they do for us. Engraved in USA, one-of-a-kind products that will be a treasured keepsake for you and your family for years to come. And I'm talking about stuff that you're going to want to pass down from generation to generation. It's just how great Engraved in USA really is. And when you talk about personalized products, whether it be your name or an anniversary or a special keepsake or date that you want to have remembered, Engraved in USA is the place to go. They also have a great lineup of products that you can find our One More and I'm Out of Here logo. And they also have a very special tumbler that they have put out. And this is for the upcoming eclipse. So if you want to view the eclipse and you want to be one of the cool kids at the eclipse or the eclipse party you go to, then you need to go to Engraved in USA and order this today. This, what is the 18-ounce tumbler?
17 ounce.
17-ounce tumbler. And it looks like a solo cup, but it's black, and you can see it right there on your screen. And it's got the date of the eclipse on there. Very, very special. And if you order this and you have, I don't know, 4 or 6 or 8 of these in your home, you're going to be glad you did, because they will last you forever.
$6 per 17-ounce metal eclipse cups. For every cup sold, $1 will go to Herking's Heroes.
Excellent.
Which goes to the Herking family. So when you do order, don't forget to mention Herking's Heroes. I'm sorry. But those orders go to orders@engravedinusa.com.
And here's the thing about the quality of the products that they have. You see how great this looks in this photo that you have on your screen right now?
Yeah.
It will look this great in 5, 10, or 15 or 20 years.
Oh, dude, it definitely lasts.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah, it will look that great. You're gonna one day there might, if you live long enough to see the next eclipse, you're gonna pull. I don't need another one. I got one from the last time, and look how it looks like it's brand fucking new.
Oh, dude, can you imagine how much money that would go for if you fucking lived that long?
I don't know when the next one is coming, but
fucking forever.
It's going to be a long time.
That's a fucking.
That's why I want to go see this eclipse, because look, I'm not as young as I used to be. This is probably going to be the last one that I'm going to have a chance to see, and I want to get the full Monty.
David J said Fukuma's cups. We can definitely have that done. Rich was actually going to make some, but I was like, hold off. Let's just figure it out.
It's a fake word. What's the correct spelling?
I'm going with David J's.
All right.
Fukamas.
There you go.
David J, I will get you a Fukuma's cup. I promise. So I'll give a quick update on Rob, and then we're gonna get out of here. But he's out of ICU. He's in a regular neuro room. Still not super great. I mean, he's more alert, but not communicating as well as we would like him to. He's got a way long road to recovery, but it's leaps and bounds where it was 2 weeks ago. But don't have a good I don't want to say not a good prognosis. Don't have a definitive prognosis of what the fuck's going on. But he's trying to communicate and frustrated and just can't. So don't know. We'll see. I mean, I'm down there every day that I'm off and see him. He was sleeping like a fucking baby today. I was opening his eyes and smacking him around. They have him on some good drugs today. So
beautiful.
I was like, well, get your rest, my man. I'm out. So
say a prayer for Rob Herking if you can.
Yep. But we appreciate everybody that's hung around with us, and we've ran the last couple a little late, but we're just kind of shooting from the hip. But we had a lot of good stuff today.
We did have a lot of good stuff.
I wish every day would give us that much stuff.
And we didn't even talk about the Trumpster today.
I know. Well, he'll
be around for the next podcast.
You talk about him enough, so we'll get him. But everybody, we are back here. What's today? Tuesday. We are back here Friday.
Can't wait.
So check out the Instagram or the Facebook. I'll let you know exactly what time. I believe we're slated for 5-ish. But I will keep everybody posted. So sorry for the messed up internet. I don't know what's going on, why we're pixelated. It seems like a old Japanese kung fu movie, but we appreciate you being here anyway.
We call that lip flap in the biz.
Lip flap. So we'll see you guys here in a couple of days. So pay attention to the Facebooks and the Instagram.
Hit the like button.
Subscribe, rate, and review.